What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jake the Savage back again with another YouTube video. And today we got another podcast. We got the Huddle.gg boys, Antcap and Phicam. Antcap, introduce yourself to my YouTube channel and who you are in the Madden community.
Absolutely, guys. How you doing? That's Antcap 24. I've been a content creator for a long time. I was doing YouTube tip videos back in 2015 and kind of took that and put a business into it where I was doing something called Smart Madden, went over to run Mudhead and the FNFs and all that scene, and then kind of transferred over to Huddle when we opened that up and been doing that for the last 5 years.
Heck yeah. Phicam, what about yourself?
Hey, what's up, guys? I kind of had a little bit of a different route. I started out just playing the game, for the last 20 years or so, and then 2019, I believe it was, I started to compete in the MCS. I did okay, but the year after that, my second year competing, I was able to qualify for the Pats Club. I finished second in that behind Skimbo, and that kind of opened up a lot of opportunities from there. For me, I met Antcap, and then I think I've been with Huddle full-time for, I believe, 3 years now, so.
Heck yeah. So to get things going, how long have both of you or either one of you have been competing in like competitive Madden? I know Phicam, you said that you've been competing since 2019. Antcap, what about yourself? Like how long have you been competing?
So I'm not as much as somebody that's going for the competing. I do play the ladders. I do qualify. It's one of those that I just want to see my barometer. I'm all about teaching the game. I'm a little bit older in the community. So for me, I've always put my business aspirations and content first. And then from there, kind of gone ahead and just did my best to, help the pros. One of the things that you guys probably don't know, we're always in everybody's DMs. There's every single belt winner that we worked with this year. Clef, Dreamy, No Mercy, Lambo. They hit us up days before, hours before. What are you guys doing against this? What are you guys doing this? How can I find this beater? So we do a lot behind the scenes that we don't really look to, air that out, but we're constantly working with pros to help them get to the next level, as well as just regular players, because we do study the game in a way that can help anybody that's involved.
Phicam, yourself?
Yeah, so I think Madden 19 was the first year that I competed, and then I played pretty well. I lost to Jaywall in the Pats Club that year. He ended up winning it, I believe, that season. And the following year, I actually ended up beating him in the same tournament, which again kind of put my name on the map. And from there, I've competed each year. Again, content is a little bit more of my number one focus. I play in all the tournaments. I just enjoy competing. I think last year I finished 45th in the world on the MCS leaderboard. So top 50. I think I was around top 75 or so this year. I'm not sure exactly the number, but yeah, I just competing's for the fun of it. I've played sports my whole life. I really enjoy competition. And I'll probably keep competing, whether I'm top 50 or top 200 or whatever it is, I'm going to keep playing.
So both question for you guys. What did you guys like? How did you guys decide like Huddle.gg being like more helping people out? I know Antcap, you started the process of making it. How did that come about?
So I'll give you the long story. I used to be a CFM sim guy, and I got kicked out of my CFM because my stats were too big and too great. They looked like I was not making the league fun. That's literally how it happened. So I started going to YouTube and say, hey, listen, I'm going to teach people how to see the game differently. As simple as that. How do I do it? And it was just literally, let me just do YouTube videos and help people get better. And it's the sole focus always like when people were excited to play the game, I thought I was doing them a favor, right? Type deal. So that's what that was. Then there started getting people who started asking about, hey, can I get individual coaching or individual game plans or just something that you could put it in one spot. So I literally sold $2 play call sheets. And in one day, it was like I could not fill them and quickly enough. I'm like, there might be a business here. So I was working, you guys don't know my background, but I was in the restaurant business forever. I was running all the restaurants on one side of the park for Universal Orlando, and basically just oversaw them all. So I had a great job, but I didn't want to do that full time. It was just something like I had a passion to do something else. I got an echo. I don't know if that's me or is that you, Phicam?
I don't think so.
Okay. So I was hearing the echo. So either or, I basically said, hey, I want to try this full time. My wife said, all right, save about 3 months worth of salary and then go for it.
Mhm.
That's what I did. And I went from Smart Madden to teaming up with Mudhead. And if you guys don't know, Rockets is the one that started Mudhead. And he also started MuchGG. So when we went over to MuchGG, we're like, let's start a puddle. And the sole focus was really getting people to enjoy the game more. And that's really where we do it. I mean, we haven't raised prices in 7 years. It's really not about the money. It's really about getting people to enjoy the game as much as we do.
Heck yeah. What about you, Phicam? Like, how did you
Yeah.
hear? How did you hear about it?
So I met Ant shortly after I made the Patriots. Actually, it was before I made the Pats Club because I was actually running an offense that Antcap put out on the website at the time, and had a lot of success. And obviously, we just kept talking from there. I've always enjoyed teaching. I used to coach wrestling back home when I was from where I'm from, and I always just enjoyed the aspect of helping people get better at something that I love to do. And obviously, with what they did at Huddle, I started off just doing certain things where I just do a game plan here or there with them, or maybe a YouTube video here or there, whatever it may be. I wasn't day in and day out. I was still working a different job. And then a couple of years ago, the opportunity arose for me to do it full time. So again, that's where it started, and it's been I believe 3 years now. And like I said, same thing with Antcap. I just really enjoy helping people get better at a game. Again, I know how frustrating this game can be, and I know that not everybody has the time to put in to get as good as they want to get. Right? I mean, there's a lot of labbing that goes into really improving at this game, and we can cut that time down for people and just give them the answers they need. So they may work 9 to 5, come home, they only have a couple hours on the game. They know what they want to run then, and then obviously just make that a little bit easier on them.
100%. I looked at your website before we started this podcast. You guys got VA Dimes as well. Like, are you guys trying to get more creators like Dimes, or you guys just only focus on using VA Dimes as like scheme?
So the way our website works is Phicam and I are the really only two people that are on staff. And then we go ahead and try to go and work with other pros to get their schemes on there. And we've got a lot of people that every year they work with us. We've had Clef every year. We've had Drini basically every year. V8 Dimes is a real close friend of ours. Trey Thomas. These are like all staples that people are looking for their schemes. And then somebody's, hot one year or somebody wants to work with us. We've worked with Astro. We've worked with No Mercy Lambo. You name it, we've probably worked with them at some point. So it just gives a little bit more diversity to stream.
Who are you guys trying to get like on there as like a goal? Would you guys try to get like Go Geezy, try to get like more people like that, or like any other content creators?
No, absolutely. Right now, most of them have tried to do their own websites, their own content. So what used to be a little bit different in the past is a little bit tougher this year because Go Geezy is part of another website that he sells his tips, and a lot of people have gone that way. Even when we went to Chicago, there were a couple people that hit us up. It's like, hey, I'm a free agent this year. We want to be on, we want to go back to your site. So we're always making relationships. Problem Right, kind of one of the goats of Madden. He's one that we get pretty much as a staple as well. He'll be on there. So more or less, there's Phicam and I that run the content portion of it. That we always have us. And then as we get people, there'll be people like, well, that's a really good scheme that we'd like to pay you to come over and teach it, and then we put it on the site. So we keep our options open, but there's not really a set, like, I can't tell you right now who's going to be Madden 27 lineup, because there's some people that I would almost guarantee you, but it could change depending on how things go.
Who would be like a dream to have? Like, either one of you can answer this. Who you guys like would love to have on your website?
To be honest, I think we've had almost everybody, but like Henry. I mean, obviously Henry's the biggest name out there when it comes to what it is, and I value what he does. But you got to understand, in comp season and whatnot, they're not giving every single detail like we would in ours, right? We're not holding anything back. But you get a comp guy out there, and we never ask anybody to put themselves at a competitive disadvantage, right? They're going to give you the 95%, and those little tiny secrets here and there, they're going to hold until after the tournament or whatever the case may be. So he would be great, especially at the end of the comp season, because now he's nothing to hold back, right? And that's everybody. If you go to a website that they're like Henry's running, or let's just say Drini is on or whatnot, they can't give you every little secret sauce because that would hurt them. So, and we understand that. So it would be cool to have Henry. I'm not sure if you have a different name in mind, Phicam, but that would be my first. And then I think that's probably where I would go with that.
Yeah, I would probably say Henry as well if I had one pick, just because obviously he's pretty much regarded as the best player of all time. I love the way that he plays the game. I've always appreciated the way that he goes about preparing for tournaments and all of that, and he always has an answer for the things that he knows he's going to face, which is awesome to see. Again, and him just continually executing at the highest of levels on the tournament stage. I've always liked Drini as a player, but we've had him, so that would have been somebody I mentioned, but we've worked with him quite a bit, and still love to work with him. I love defense, so anybody that's a high-level defensive player, I'm always down to work with them. And two of the best right now are Drini and Henry. And it's cool to see certain people on the offensive side of the ball, though. Like Antcap said, we've worked with Clef quite a bit, and Clef's continuing to be one of the best offensive players year in and year out. And
100%.
Geezy, like Ant said, Geezy's one of my closest friends in the community, but he's running his own stuff. And like you said, there's a lot of other websites out there that players are working with. Another player that we've worked with in the past that was really fun to work with was Astro. I think we worked with John Beast in the past as well.
We have, yeah.
So again, we pretty much work with everyone but Henry. So that would be a cool name to have. And again, just for how he plays the game, I really appreciate that.
I'll throw one more name in the hat. David T. We both have said this in the past. Like, to me, when I look at who I want to work with, I don't want people that run the community's meta. What I mean by that is, a bunch of X nasty and someone adds it, that person adopts it, and someone adds it and someone adopts it. It's great, but at the same point, you can get that almost everywhere. David T runs a little bit of a unique scheme. He brings something a little bit different. So those are the guys that I would be more excited about working with, is something that's a little bit different from the norm.
100%.
We also like the type of people that they are means a lot to us as well. And David T's, that's a great answer. And I always appreciate the way he goes about just his personality on stream, but also, like you said, he runs a very unique but super effective offense. And he's obviously a great defensive player as well, but I always enjoy watching him play offense just to see what he's coming up with. So yeah, forgot about that name, but that's a great one to mention.
Heck yeah. So let's go on the NFL scene. Antcap, I could see in your background you're a diehard Falcons fan.
I am.
Are you excited to see how they do this season?
I am. I think it's a tough year for us because we got question marks at quarterback to start off with, right?
Yeah.
We just got Tua, and we've got Penix, which combined they may get 8 games out of the season. So it's a rough start for us. Where I'm a huge Penix fan. I want Penix to win, but I really don't think that's going to happen in the quarterback battle. It just doesn't make sense. I think they're going to hold him back in the beginning because they can and say, hey, he's coming off an injury. Give 4 games to Tua, see how he does. If Tua does great, Tua's playing. Why would you take him out? If Tua doesn't do great, it's a natural progression. We're going to put Penix is healthy. Let's put him in. I don't think they should. I just don't think from a coaching perspective that they're going to claim that Penix is truly healthy until Tua's had a shot. It just makes sense. If I'm the coach, that's what I would do, right? Like, why not get too, not cause a controversy, right? So I think it all starts there. I think Falcons have always had a great positional players. I think we've added a little bit more with Zachariah Branch. We just drafted him from Georgia, and he's electric. Yeah, he's just one of those guys that get the ball in his hands and he can take a screen, all the way down the field. I think that's going to help with the way that they have to, keep people and get them out of the box for Bijan. And Bijan hasn't had that yet. That's what I'm really more excited about, is that since he's been with us, we haven't had great quarterback play that has extended the field, and they've been able to load the box. If they can get a light box for Bijan, I think the sky's the limit. It already is.
100%.
But that's what I'm looking for. We'll be 8-9 or 9-8. That's just the Falcons way, and we'll probably be 1 game out of the first place, where it'll come down to last week. Every team in that division is going to end up being right around the same. Tua are consistent, that's where it's at. So I'm excited for it. I think we can put together a great year, but a lot of question marks right now.
Interesting. So who do you think is going to be your starting quarterback? You want Penix or you want Tua?
I want Penix, but I think Tua is going to start the first 4 games. I really do. I just don't see it any other way. Yeah, I just think it's it's an easier path for the coaching staff to not get the crowds up. Right.
And you guys got a new head coach too, so
we do. See. I think, if you put Penix in and he doesn't do great, you're going to be asking for, Tua's to come in, right? We want Tua. I'd rather it be the opposite. I'd rather start with Tua and let Penix come in and then let Penix finish the year. I'm not asking him to get hit on his first play. I mean, I'll give him a couple of plays, but, we'll see how it goes from there.
And then Phicam, you're a Patriots fan like myself. I mean,
yeah.
How happy are you that we got AJ?
I was happy. I think that a lot of people kind of wrote him off and said that he's like washed and that, and I don't think that's the case. I think that he didn't care last year. He was very unhappy, and there's certain players that if they're not there mentally, physically, they don't show up as well. I think he still has a few years in him for sure. I think him and Dobbs, I like Dobbs a lot. I don't think Dobbs is a wide receiver 1, so I'm happy we were able to bring in AJ Brown. I think that Dobbs could be a really good wide receiver 2. And then we have a bunch of pieces outside of that with Pop Douglas. We still have Matt Collins. I know Booty requested a trade, but he's still on the team. Yeah. We got a few other Kyle Williams as well, who has potential. So a lot of pieces there. I think offensively, we did what we needed to do to help Drake May continue to improve, just because I like the 2 running backs we got with Mondre and Travion. Obviously drafted a tackle with the first pick. So we'll see what he does, whether we move Will Campbell to guard eventually or...
I hope we do.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think he played well last year until he got hurt.
Yeah.
Then he got hurt, and then either he rushed back or...
I don't know.
Maybe he just got exposed in the playoffs in general, but I think they're going to start him at tackle initially. If he plays well, great.
Plays well, yeah.
Lomu can be or however you pronounce his last name.
Lamu?
Okay. Yeah, he's going to be a longer term answer at right tackle in that situation, possibly, because Morgan Moses is obviously not going to be around for 10 years. So
no, definitely not.
I got a question for you, Jake.
What's up?
You being a Miami fan and a Patriots fan.
So I lived in Massachusetts for 6 years. I lived in Massachusetts from 2008 to 2012. So okay. I grew up during those eras of when the Celtics were winning the finals, Patriots were going crazy, the Bruins were going crazy. I'm not a Red Sox fan, so.
Interesting. Now, you probably have some inside info. Who has longer arms, Will Campbell or Ruben Bain?
Bain, without a doubt.
Okay. I just want to make sure we clarify that when we first started. That was my first question. I wrote it down. Yeah. I just needed to find an opportunity to ask you that.
As a Miami fan, I have to say Ruben Bain. Ruben Bain, I saw him in college. I was at the national championship. Dude was a beast. I mean, I'm happy for him. He's in Tampa. He's going to do good in Tampa. He's with one of his teammates. He's with Keontae Scott. Keontae Scott was unbelievable during Ohio State.
Yeah.
Is he the guy that got the pick 6 against us?
Against Ohio State?
I went to Ohio State, so yeah.
You did? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yes,
I remember. Yeah,
that was a great play. Your quarterback threw an RPO. Keontae Scott came in, picked it off, ran to the crib.
Jeremiah Smith didn't want to block on that play.
Your team is just, I'm sorry to say, is not good. Ohio State's not going to go far this year. Me and Slan were talking about it in our previous podcast about Ohio State. They're not. He wants Ohio State to go to the Natty, and they're not going to do that. There's no shot.
I think we'll be a top 4 team in the country again. It's going to be shot. I just think we reload way too well. We still have Sayan, who had a great year last year. Jeremiah Smith, Chris Henry Jr., if you guys remember. I know Chris Henry, I don't remember when he played for the Bengals. His son.
Yeah, son is there, right?
One of the best one of the best receiver recruits in the country. So him and Jeremiah now. I think they'll be okay. Obviously, we lost some pieces, but we need a pass rush. Yeah. That's what we need.
Yeah, we
didn't have that last year.
You need a Ruben Bain.
We do.
I was hoping Bain would go to the Dolphins because I had the T-Rex versus T-Rex picture all squared up. They can play each other twice a year, but it's just they ruined my tweet by passing up on him. But
who's your college football team, Ant?
I'm UCF. So
did you go to UCF?
I went to school there. So I grew up as a Florida State fan.
Ew.
Growing up in Florida, I know. That's why I'm a Falcons fan, because I was a Deion Sanders fan.
Okay.
And as soon as I went to UCF. Obviously, that's all the allegiance, which wasn't a thing back then. Like when I went to school, UCF was just starting to rise as a college. You would see so much Miami shirts and Florida shirts. I would literally, if you guys know, I'm very direct. I would call people out, like, get off our campus. Like seriously, like this is this, But I've been a UCF fan. I actually have a son in college. He's at UCF now,
Awesome.
so kept it in the family. So we've had a couple good years. A program on the rise, but obviously as we changed conferences, we're going to struggle a little bit to get up to the Big 12 level. But still root for them.
At least you're not UMass, like where they went 0-17.
Right.
That's
So,
yeah.
We're hanging in there. I mean, we're in the bottom side of the Big 12, but we're in every game. We're not getting blown out, and I think we're in the right spot as far as the Florida. Just got so many athletes that, especially with the portal, people go to Alabama, they don't play, they go back in, and they want to play for UCF. Right? We get a lot of like that second wave of portal. So hopefully we can put it all together.
Hopefully. I mean, my Miami team just got a bunch of players from Duke. We'll see how they do.
Right.
Mensah and I forget who they also like a wide receiver from Duke too. I don't know.
Nice.
But yeah. Do you guys have any questions for me? You guys can ask whatever you want. Either one of you. I don't really care.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that right now you're doing your YouTube. I also saw some of your photography. What was your first thing? What was your first love as far as content creation? Like, what do you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
I've been doing content creation for years. I've been posting YouTube videos. I streamed on YouTube for the longest time, and then now I'm back on Twitch. It's a grind. I mean, Twitch is one of my main platforms now. I have like 1,600 over there, and then here on YouTube I have like 300. It's just a grind. I mean, it's what I've been doing all my life. It's just content creation is just a lot of fun.
Awesome. I know it says that you play multiple games. Is Madden what you consider your favorite, or
I would say Madden's my main game. Yeah, Madden, college football now. I mean, I just pre-ordered both games, so I'm pretty hyped about that.
Nice. So you were on the beta and got a glimpse of it already?
I did not get the beta, unfortunately.
Oh, that stinks.
I did not pre-order the MVP Plus edition. I just
Gotcha.
pre-ordered the MVP.
Gotcha.
Yeah, access is done already. It was something like when we came back from Chicago, we had very little time to see. Obviously we got our hands on it at the event, but we got home like we were. I don't know about him, but like I needed a day off, and then I got one game on the beta. 1 day on the beta, so it was what it is.
My flight was delayed on Friday night, so I got home at. I had to take an Uber from the airport, and it was an hour drive, so I got home at 4:30 in the morning on Saturday.
I don't remember Saturday either. Yeah, so
I didn't do anything Saturday. Sunday is typically my day where I spend with my family and I go to church and all that, so I don't do much on Sundays.
That's good.
So I really played a little bit last night and early today, but I didn't get much time on the beta either. Only question I have, obviously being a Patriots fan, who's your favorite Patriot of all time?
Oof, that's a good question, man. I would say Gronk. I love Gronk. Okay. He was. I'm also a Tampa fan too. I also like the Buccaneers because of Brady and Gronk going there, and I love.
Jake, you could have picked two worst teams for me right now to hear. I mean, just throw the Saints in while you're at it.
Hell no.
I hate the Saints. I'll be honest, but the Bucs.
I just want to make sure you didn't hit me on all edges.
Tom Brady, so
yeah, I could tell.
and I love Tom.
Who doesn't? I mean, growing up watching. Well, did you meet Vic at the event?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's awesome. You both did? Cool. Did you both beat him?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we weren't the guys. There was a lot of people that were very, I'll say, photographic,
friendly,
conscious. Like that's all they went there is to get pictures with all these guys. But Vic was there. Got to brief talk. I know you got more talking with the athletes than I did, but. I was briefly able to him. There was a lot of good people there. Matt Forte was there.
That's awesome.
Marshawn Lynch, Chad Ochocinco, I think Roma Dudinze, Caleb Williams. Who else was there? I remember.
I talked to every athlete there. Like I said, I'm not a big picture guy either, but I mean, obviously college-wise, you had Dante Moore, you had Quan Lacey, and then you had Malachi Toney. That's awesome. We're all there. So it was just really cool to talk. Obviously, all the NFL guys that Ant mentioned, cool. They were awesome. Kurt Banker, obviously, he's not a star NFL player, but he was also there.
Backup? I forget where he is.
He was. He
was.
The Packers, but he was awesome.
He started with the Falcons.
He did.
And
that's right. He did.
Then he went there. He started at Virginia, U of A, and then he went to the Falcons, and then he went to that. We didn't forget Cam Newton was there. You guys, obviously, Patriots fans. He was there for you guys for a year or whatever. But he was there as well.
Short time. I pretty much just said hello to him. And
he looks exactly how you would expect him to look with all the
he's
hat.
One of the biggest humans I've ever seen, though.
Yeah, he's huge.
He was 6'6", 260 probably.
Damn. I was going to say
enormous.
he lived up to the size.
That's
College
crazy.
guys, they look small.
Malachi Tony looks small, and so
He
did
is
Kwan
small.
Lacey to be.
I was gonna say, if I walked by them in the hotel, I would not have thought that they were college athletes. Not from a yeah. It's just they're young. Like I think he's only just turned 18. Malachi Tony. Yeah,
he might be 19
Let me
now.
see.
So I want to say he was a young freshman. I think
he was a young
17
freshman
when he started out.
He
But-
is.
He might be 19 now,
let's
though.
see. Yeah, he's 18 currently.
18. Yeah. So just think about their structure. They haven't even grown into their bodies yet, and it showed.
That's
But
crazy.
you look at him and you're like, how he's dominating. He reminded me a lot of Zay Flowers,
He's
the
a
way that
beast.
his body is. No, he's very good and strong, right? Like you watch him, he breaks those tackles, but in person, it really kicks in that these guys are 18.
It's crazy. It's like Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
He's 19. He's younger than me. Like Wembenyama is a year younger than me. It's crazy.
That's wild. Yeah.
That dude's a freak.
I really want the Spurs to win the night. Who do you guys got in the NBA Finals?
Ant's a Knicks fan.
I'm a Knicks fan. My whole family is from New York. So
Interesting.
Yeah, so my whole family's from New York. I grew up in South Florida. So there's only two teams that we passed along. So the Islanders and the Knicks.
Islanders?
Yeah.
Not Rangers?
My family's from Long Island.
So my dad's from Long Island.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So that's where that went from. So Long Island is the Mets, not the Yankees. So I was a Lenny Dykstra fan, and he went to the Phillies, and I ended up being a Phillies fan. So that's besides the point. So I'm all over the place. I'm Knicks, Phillies, Falcons, all for different reasons. I hated rooting for the home team when everybody else was Dolphin fans. I couldn't stand it, so I had to pick my own team. So that's why I'm not a Miami fan. I went with Florida State only because I didn't want to be a Miami fan. There's no other reason.
I'd probably pick the Spurs if I had to pick tonight. Just one, I won a longer series.
Yeah, me too.
I don't really care. I'm happy that a team that hasn't won in a long time is going to win.
I'm guessing you're not a basketball fan, are you?
I'm more of a person or a player fan in basketball. Like I don't really have a favorite team. I'll root for the Celtics. I'll root for the Cavs. I live in Ohio, so I'll root for them. But like Detroit was kind of cool. I live 45 minutes from Detroit as well. So I don't really have. Drew Holiday is my favorite player.
Drew Holiday
in the game right now. Yeah. I love defense. So
he was good in Boston, man.
He was real good in Milwaukee too.
He was.
They won the championship with Giannis. So
yep.
I loved Giannis. I mean, growing up, I loved LeBron. He was from Ohio. I got to watch him in high school, actually.
That's cool.
Me, I'm just more of a player. I love Jaylen Brown.
I'm more of a Tatum guy than Jaylen Brown.
I like Tatum as well. I like both of them.
Yeah, I'm a huge Duke guy myself.
Okay, so that would
make
sense. Cooper Flag then.
Yeah, clearly. I'm literally staring at my Cooper Flag card. That's like right.
I appreciate him as well. He's awesome to watch. Kyrie is one of my favorite players of all time.
Kyrie's cool.
He was also a Duke guy. Didn't get to play much there. But
no, barely. He barely played. I mean, most of his starters.
8 games or something.
7 or 8.
Yeah.
Definitely see the Spurs winning tonight. I think just all signs are pointing to that. I think.
I hope they do, man.
1, desperation. 2, political scene. He's going to go up there, and I think it's going to be a wild. And
people have to go in 2 hours early because the president's going to be there.
Yeah,
I appreciate Jalen Brunson though for the Knicks. For being like not a lot of small guards have been really successful in the last 20, honestly, of all time in the NBA.
True.
And I know Cat's playing a great series right now. They have a good supporting cast, but Jalen Brunson's playing really well. He
is. I'm trying to think. You guys got any last minute questions for me? It could be whatever you want. Either you.
No, I mean, I guess my question for you is, where do you see yourself with your content? Like, what is your dream with it? Are you doing more the YouTube side? Or you
mix
rather
of both.
be Twitch?
Mix of both. I mean, I love streaming on Twitch. It's a lot of fun. I like meeting new people for the first time, like you guys. My dream guest to have on this podcast, it's crazy to think, it's MMG. I've watched him for years. I've always had aspirations to have him on. I've tried DMing him in the past, never sees it. I mean, it's so hard.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of
he's busy.
A lot of people.
I mean, if I get MMG on my podcast, my life is set. I mean,
that's your fanboy type of person that you watched. And I know that we were talking to Moshi. It was funny because
Moshi's awesome.
He's an awesome guy, and he was just saying who he watched as far as content growing in. He was telling us he was looking forward to meeting this person or that person because I grew up in an era where there wasn't any content creators that were ahead of me, right? So like it wasn't like I got that spot, or I watched Madden because of this person or that person, or I got into that. So I could see how it's a little bit of a different, and at your age group compared to mine. But it's kind of cool to see that people have their favorites. So
Yeah, I mean,
or
I
who
grew up
inspired them. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I didn't like. I'm the same with Ant. When I was growing up, we didn't really have. I'm 34, so I didn't really have a lot of content. Like YouTube wasn't as big. Twitch, I don't even know if it was a thing when I was a kid or growing up. I don't think it was. But speaking of like your fan, I did get to meet Sketch at the event.
That's
and that was
cool.
awesome.
That's
Just
cool.
because I've always appreciated his content. I think he's funny. And I got to talk with him for maybe 3 minutes or so. I think I was on his live stream actually. I don't know, but he had a guy follow him around everywhere he was at. But
I think Nick Naracina was
cool.
there.
Who?
Nick Naracina, one of his friends, one of his buddies.
Yeah, he brought one.
He played Madden against Nick Naracina, and I think Nick beat him.
Wow. Did you watch it live?
One he is.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I watched some of the live stream.
Yeah. I have to go back and watch it. I haven't seen it. I don't know like where they cut to the crowd, who was there, what you guys heard, because you know in a live event we've seen a lot more different things than you might see, and how it got broadcast is a little bit interesting to see.
The trailers looked awesome. I ain't gonna lie. How they processed all that with Vince Vaughn being in the cover trailer with Caleb Williams, Tom Brady. That was crazy funny.
I enjoyed that a lot.
Cool. Yeah.
I heard some people had different opinions on what it showcased with Madden. I thought it was a hype video. Like I was ready to watch it at that point, because it was. Cool. I'm a big Vince Vaughn fan. I think it's hilarious. So it was right down my alley.
It didn't show a lot of gameplay, which was the issue people had with that one.
Yeah. So college football releases earlier than Madden. When does college?
Yes.
Out?
I think July 2nd is the first day you can get it.
Yeah, 2nd is the
MVP edition, right?
The MVP edition, right? I think it's the 10th, if I remember correctly, or the 9th. You get a full 7 days ahead of them. Yeah. So
and then Madden comes out in August. I saw like the 13th.
Yeah, I think the 13th would probably be the.
That's the global launch.
Yeah, so you're saying probably the 6th then, right?
Yeah, I pre-ordered the MVP edition, so I get them early. So it's just awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so I think that's. I think if you're in the content business or if you're really into it, just waiting that week is just going to kill you from getting ahead of videos and just things. So you almost have to, or you feel like you're behind, right? And then
plus the deluxe edition covers look way better than the standard, in my opinion.
Right.
I wish we actually had the covers that we could get at home, but
get it signed by Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
Honestly, he was one of the most down to earth. He genuinely was one of the nicest people.
You met Caleb? You talked to Caleb Williams?
I did. I talked to every athlete that was there. I think
I did speak to Caleb, but the way he presented himself, you could definitely tell that for sure.
That's cool.
Cam was probably the most popular guy there.
Figured. Any Patriots players besides Cam Newton there?
Chad Johnson, technically.
Yeah, Chad Johnson.
Chad Johnson did play for the Patriots.
If you're talking about chemistry, yes.
You guys got any last minute questions?
No, not really. I think appreciate you having us aboard and basically being guests there, and if you wanted to kind of do this another time during the year, we're definitely open to it. Just kind of as the game goes on, but just kind of a nice opportunity to collab and kind of go from there.
Yep. Well, YouTube audience, thank you for watching. Phicam, Antcap, thank you guys for being on the show. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.